Mike folks. Today we have a proof. It's been quite a while since I did any proof videos here on the channel, so why not? And this is extremely cool. So we're interested in the integral from 0 to x of log gamma of t dt, and we're supposed to prove that this thing equals quite a lot of stuff. I mean, that is one hell of a right-hand side, and immediately you'll notice something very interesting. We love special functions, and I'm about to introduce to you a new special function, and that is the Barnes G function. It's an extension of the superfactorials to complex numbers and has a bunch of interesting properties and applications. I encourage you guys to do some reading on this function. And is this in any way related to the British singer Barnes Courtney? I am not sure. Further investigation is required. But first things first, how on earth are we going to prove this thing in the first place? Well, we have the gamma function, so we might as well start with any particular form of the gamma function, and we'll go with my favorite, and that is the Weierstrass infinite product form. So gamma z equals e to the negative Euler-Mascheroni constant times z over z times the product over k from 1 to infinity of e to the z over k times log 1 plus z over k to the negative 1. Now taking the logarithm gives us log gamma z equal to negative gamma z minus log z, and because of the logarithm, the log of a product equals the sum of logarithms. So we now have the sum over k from 1 to infinity of z over k minus log 1 plus z over k. Okay, cool. And because we're interested in the integral from 0 to x, that's exactly what we'll do. We'll integrate this bad boy from 0 to x. So on the right-hand side, we have negative gamma z squared over 2, with the limits being 0 and x. And of course, in this case, it means we have x squared over 2. The antiderivative for log z is z log z. Terribly sorry about that. Minus z. And of course, because of the limits, we have x log x minus x. And now for integrating term by term in the infinite series. Well, this gives us, first things first, x squared over 2k. And now what about the logarithm? Here, I'm going to invoke Dr. Payam's trick for integration by parts. We have the integral of log 1 minus z over k, 1 plus z over k, that is. And I'd like to expand using 1 over k times k, because 1 over k is the derivative not just for z over k, but also for 1 plus z over k. So integrating by parts gives us 1 plus z over k times log 1 plus z over k minus integral of 1 plus z over k, and now the derivative of the logarithm, that is 1 over 1 plus z over k, times 1 over k because of the chain rule. So this means we have some lovely cancellation taking place, and we're left with k times 1 plus z over k. What on earth is that? Well, that's easy. That is just k plus z. So we have k plus z times the logarithm of 1 plus z over k minus the k and 1 over k cancel out, and we're left with the integral of dz, which is, well, just z. And of course, because of the limits of integration, as z approaches 0, we have log 1, which is 0, and as z approaches 0, we have 0, which is equal to 0 last time I checked. So we're left with x, and that means we have a negative sign k plus x times the logarithm of 1 plus x over k, and the two negatives cancel out, and we have a x term over there. What is wrong with my screen? Okay, all good. Yep, cancellation, and we have a plus x term left over there. So we have this really weird looking infinite series that we now need to tackle. But instead of tackling our issues head on, we instead digress and look towards the difference of z times log gamma z and log g of z plus 1. And for this, we need the infinite product form for the Barnes G function. So this is the first cool property you're seeing on the channel. We have g of z plus 1 equal to 2 pi to the z over 2 times e to the, what exactly? We have negative of z plus z squared times 1 plus Euler-Mascheroni constant over 2. And I need writing space because this is too awesome to fit in such limited writing space. We have the product over k from 1 to infinity of 1 plus z over k to the k e to the, what exactly? Oh yeah, it's z squared over 2k minus z. Wow. And we need this logarithm. So we have log of g of z plus 1. This thing equals z over 2 times log 2 pi plus the logarithm of the exponential function just yields its argument. So that's negative z over 2, negative z squared over 2, and negative z squared over 2 times the Euler-Mascheroni constant. And now for the infinite product, we now have, you guessed it, the infinite sum over k from 1 to infinity. And we have k times log 1 plus z over k, that looks awfully familiar, plus z squared over 2k minus z. Again, awfully familiar. So that's cool. And I'll call this whole thing b. Why not a? Well, a should be this thing over here, the z times log gamma z. And recall that we've already evaluated what log gamma z sorts out to. So this is log gamma z that I'm just going to copy down there very carefully. And here we go. But we don't just need log gamma z. We need z times log gamma z. So there's a z squared term over there. Terribly sorry about that. A little bit more writing space. The minus sign needs to be shoved aside. Z squared over there and z squared over there. So this is the a term, and we're interested in a minus b. So that yields, let's see, the only common term I see is this Euler-Mascheroni times z squared term. So subtracting these two gives us negative z squared over 2 times the Euler-Mascheroni constant, and everything else is just going to remain as it is except for flipping the signs. So we have negative z log z minus z over 2 log 2 pi plus z over 2 plus z squared over 2. And now for combining the infinite series terms, we have the sum over k from 1 to infinity. And wait a minute, this is a negative sign over there as well. We might as well just take the negative over here. Terribly sorry about that. Negative, positive there now. And yeah, that seems just about right. Subtracting them, so there's going to be a negative sign there. So we now have k plus z times log of 1 plus z over k. That makes just about sense. Minus z squared over 2k. And we're left with a negative z term. That looks awfully familiar, doesn't it? Is it indeed? Almost. Well, it's exactly that, because we could just factor out a negative 1, we have negative sign there, positive sign there, and a negative sign over there, and you're home free. Now you have exactly the infinite series required. Now, this thing, I'm just going to call it S. So this implies that S here is equal to negative z squared over 2 times the Euler-Mascheroni constant minus z times log z minus z over 2 times log 2 pi plus z over 2 plus z squared over 2 minus a now. So that's going to be a minus log gamma z plus log g of z plus 1. And now for piecing everything together. So the target integral is on the left-hand side, and the right-hand side right now is expressed in terms of x, but that's fine. We can always replace the dummy variable up here with x. So we need to subtract the results of the infinite series. Okay, cool. So the first thing we see is some cancellation. So let me just get that out of the way. These two go away. Anything else? Anything else going away? Ah, yes, the x log x terms. Anything else? Well, we're still left with a positive x, and we have negative x over 2 here, so that's going to be positive x, negative x over 2. Yeah, that's x over 2. And we still have a negative x squared over 2, which is cool because you can factorize this. X times 1 minus x over 2, that is. And what is left behind? Oh yeah, we still have this x over 2, terribly sorry about that, log 2 pi term, which looks dope. And we have a plus x times log gamma x term, minus log g of x plus 1, and now for another cool property of the Barnes g function, and that is actually its functional relationship with the gamma function. So g of x plus 1 actually equals gamma x times g of x, and this thing just looks awesome. So this implies that log g of x plus 1 equals log gamma x plus log g of x. So I already have an x times log gamma x, and then there's a negative sign over there. So this implies that the target integral, the integral from 0 to x of log gamma z dz, or gamma t dt, whatever, just a dummy variable, equals x times 1 minus x over 2 plus x over 2 times log 2 pi plus 1 minus x times log gamma x after factorizing minus log Barnes g function. And this was absolutely epic. I'm going to make use of this result in a future video, and by future I mean upcoming video. By upcoming I mean in my next video, or perhaps the video after that. Depends on the order in which I release these. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check out merchandise in the link in the description box. Thank you. See you next time.